one of the greatest advantages of degrowth as a framework is that it allows to think biodiversity and conservation without commodification. I was wondering, what would a conservation policy designed from a degrowth perspective would look like? Thank you.
I would just like to emphasize again that there are different conceptualizations of what we mean by biodiversity conservation. And I think we're still trying to wrap our heads around the alternatives to the fences and fines idea, which comes from a very sort of decolonial, put the animals over there, keep the people off idea, to what conservation actually looks like in this more embedded sense. So we can understand it from a agricultural production perspective when we look at sort of increasing agrobiodiversity, and we can sort of talk about biodiversity increases and conservation there. But I think we're still really struggling to understand multiple different forms of what conservation could actually look like. Again, really trying to get at this plurality of understandings and relationships with nature that we have. And I think that yeah, that sort of opening up to sort of diverse ontologies is super important for this. And I sort of would really like to point everyone to a blog post that was actually came out today very timelessly from the STEP Centre, from Saurav Arora and Andy Sterling, on how degrowth can actually help contribute to sort of increasing this this pluralism. Sort of they talk about the need for engaging in diverse typologies, but it really is about sort of understanding and appreciating a plurality of different worldviews and perspectives, and that the colonial project largely sort of rendered these extremely marginalized and vulnerable, and sort of our task now really is to make sure that they are emergent. And within that, I think that's where a lot of this insight as to what alternative conservation in inverted commas frameworks could actually be plausible.